In this, my 10th pearl of wisdom, during this COVID-19 lockdown, I find it necessary to focus on the word struggle, as so many people by their very actions seem to think is honor-worthy and so boast of it as if it were rarely to be glorified. But we attract to us that which we continue to embrace in our mind's eyes, not to mention that which we continuously speak of. It was Kennedy Schultz who reminded us that we cannot win anything until we are willing to lose everything. For some reason, we believe struggle is noble. We think it brings special rewards, or that the God force is pleased with us when we struggle. Struggling people have so much to do and say about the things they are struggling with that they hardly have time to get anything done. Struggling people know how to struggle well. They know what to wear, where to go, and how to behave in a way that will undoubtedly create more struggle. Struggling people impose conditions, restrictions, and even expectations upon themselves, because it is easier to struggle doing nothing than it is to bring up and use the creative force within. Struggling people love to sacrifice in the name of the struggle. They sacrifice themselves, their families, and if you are too close to them, be careful, they'll sacrifice you too. God does not ask us to struggle, folks. What we are told is, "Come up to me, all ye that labor, and I will give you rest." I ain't gonna struggle no more should be our popular refrain. And why, you may ask? Although it may hurt, and it often does, I'm growing through all circumstances. The pain we experience in life is not always physical, folks. People hurt in many ways, for many reasons. Unfortunately, we are programmed at a very early age to take something or to do something to make the pain go away. The taking or doing will often give us temporary relief. It usually does not root out the cause of the pain. As a result, we do what we must in the moment to find relief, and in doing so ignore the growing malignancy which initially caused the pain in the first place. The physical, mental, and emotional shift we call pain is actually a marvelous teaching tool. When you hurt, you become acutely aware that something you are doing or have done is not good for you. When you are in pain, a weakened state, you want to reach out. However, life is telling you to reach within. A habitual behavior pattern, a persistent thought pattern, a response to an event or series of events is usually at the root of the pain. If you hurt long enough and hard enough, you just might be prompted to stop participating in those activities which create the pain. In other words, if you keep on doing what you're doing, you will keep on getting what you're getting. No matter what kind of pain we experience in life, see it as a shift towards something better. Remember, you are equipped to handle it. Resist the urge to get temporary relief. As you learn and grow, you will realize the greater the pain, the greater the growth. The greater the growth, the less is the likelihood that you will do anything to knowingly hurt yourself ever again. Remember, all our valley experiences, including this COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown associated with it to stave off its adverse effects on our small population, are for us to grow and become stronger, more resilient, and prepared for any similar future experience. As we proceed towards the light at the end of the tunnel, only those who mistake it for the headlights of an oncoming train will turn back and lose it all. The positive will proceed with faith and become the barrier breakers they were born to be by taking the limits off. Becoming a barrier breaker starts in your thinking. Nothing will change until you make up your mind that you are not going to accept mediocrity. Why don't you take the limitations off yourself? You have so much potential. Break out of that box and try something new. The enemy would love to keep that potential from ever coming out. He'll use bad breaks, negative comments, people and circumstances to try to keep you from believing in yourself, from believing that you can rise to the next level. Many people have let their mind become conditioned to thinking they've reached their limits. What's happened? Instead of breaking out, they've adapted to their environment. I saw a study that was done with fleas. Researchers put fleas in a container and then put a lid on the top. The fleas immediately tried to jump out, but they hit the lid again and again. Before long, they realized they were stuck. At one point, the researchers removed the lid, but much to their surprise, the fleas didn't try to jump out anymore. They had hit that lid so many times that they had become conditioned to thinking they couldn't get out. Even though the lid was off, they didn't even try anymore. Sometimes, as with these fleas, because of the environment we are in, the times we've tried and failed, and what people have told us, we've become conditioned to thinking, I can't do anything great. I'll never accomplish my dream. I'll never get back in shape. It might not have happened in the past. You might have tried and hit that lid a few times. But can I tell you the lid is coming off? It's time to try again. You were not created to live contained, to get stuck. Recondition your mind, please. You have to be bold and get rid of the thoughts that are holding you back. You may not see how you can do it in your own ability, but you're not on your own. You have the most powerful force in the universe breathing in your direction. The Master created you to rise higher, to break barriers of the past, and to overcome bad habits. The Master has really put in some time to create you to stand out and not fit in, to your unlimited possibilities.